Welcome to the Frisco ISD podcast. I'm Amanda McCune, Chief Communications Officer, and I'm joined today by Albert Liao, Managing Director of Student Services, and Corey McClendon, Chief Leadership Officer. We're excited to talk about Frisco ISD and the Access Frisco program, a unique limited open enrollment opportunity. This program allows families outside Frisco ISD's boundaries to apply for their children to attend one of our 16 outstanding elementary or middle school campuses. Whether you're seeking exceptional education opportunities or curious about what makes Frisco ISD stand out, we're here to share insights about our district, explain the benefits of the Access Frisco program, and help you envision your students' future in our vibrant school community. Today, I have with me Albert Liao and Corey McClendon talking about Access Frisco and doing a little bit more of a deep dive as to what parents could expect when applying for the program or just considering the program. So with that, would you guys like to say hi to the podcast?
Sure. I'm Corey McClendon. I'm the Chief Leadership and Student Services Officer here in the district, and glad to be here talking today about Access Frisco.
Absolutely. And I'm Albert Liao, Managing Director of Student Services, and I oversee transfers of all types in the district.
Fantastic. And I'm Amanda McCune. I'm the Chief Communications Officer for Frisco ISD. Let's start off by just telling me a little bit about what Access Frisco is and why we chose to start the program now.
Sure. So it's an enrollment program that allows for students from outside our district to access the excellence that we have here in the district. It's just a great opportunity for those who have never had the opportunity to attend our FISD schools to have a chance to become part of this family that we've known and grown from the time that I first got here till now. It's just an amazing opportunity that we're able to extend to those who have not had that opportunity before.
Mandy, we've always been asked questions about how do we get into Frisco, or can we come to school in Frisco? And in years past, we haven't had capacity within the district. We've been a fast-growing district for many, many years, and now we've hit an area or a time where we're able to look at adding additional students outside of our district. So timing-wise, it works perfect because we have some capacity within some of our schools. So to have those conversations with those outside the district that haven't had an opportunity really to be here in Frisco, it's pretty exciting to have those conversations with them, knowing that we do now have some capacity within certain schools, not all of our schools. A lot of our schools are still very, very full, but those schools that have availability for students to come into them, it gives a chance for some people outside Frisco, the city limits, to come in and see what we're all about here in Frisco.
What do you think outsiders who don't work in Frisco ISD think makes Frisco ISD so attractive? What makes us so unique that they would want to attend Frisco ISD campuses?
Yeah, one thing that comes to mind real quick, anytime we're in different conferences really across the state or in conversation, everybody knows our mission. Everybody goes, you want to know every student by name and need. And I know that sounds a little cliche for that, but our district has always been about that. It's about knowing our students, knowing them at a level that it goes beyond academics, that knows them as a person, as a student, as an athlete, as a fine arts student, and the academic side, really kind of drilling down on what makes that kid tick and what those students' interests are. Frisco's unique because we do have 12 high schools. I know we're talking about only elementary and middle school at this point, but our model within Frisco really drills down to give students opportunity. And the feedback we get from other people in other districts and across the state, they're really intrigued by that and want to know kind of how we do it, why we do it, and what are the outcomes of it. Really positive stuff.
Yeah, and just for people who might not understand what that model is, can you explain a little bit of that model? I know it mostly pertains to secondary campuses, but it all plays into from elementary all the way through secondary. It all meshes together. So give us a little bit of an explanation as to what that student opportunity model really is.
Yeah, so years ago when our district was being developed, we decided to keep all of our schools at the UIL 5A level. So basically, our high schools are 2,000 students, approximately 2,000 students and below. That's why we have 12. We have 12 high schools that set around 2,000 students total, a little less than that, and a few over that number. But what it does is it gives all of our kids in Frisco, as they're coming through kind of a smaller elementary. Our elementaries are around anywhere from 500, 800 students right in there, to our middle schools who range around 800 to 1,000 students, and then to our high schools, which I already mentioned, around 2,000. It gives them an opportunity to really pursue their interest. We have students that are interested in academics, and we have all kinds of academic competitions for them to be involved in. We have students that are interested in fine arts, all kinds of different fine arts programs, whether it be theater, whether it be choir, whether it be band, they have an opportunity to do so. And then on the athletic side as well, you think about it, we have 12 bands at high school. We have 12 football teams at high school. And these are varsity teams, not even talking about the sub level, sports that we have. So all of them get an opportunity to be able to participate in whatever it is that they're really interested in. And that starts, even though that's a high school model of keeping our schools at 5A, really that philosophy starts at elementary. And that's what our kids come into. That's what our families come into. And we get a lot of positive feedback from our community for it.
I think what makes us unique is that ability, since we did grow so quickly, that ability to take new students in, to make them feel part of the family. That to me is what has made this district so amazing. We have incorporated every new student that we've had that shows up from around the corner or from another part of the country or outside the country, and been able to incorporate them in all the different activities and events and things that we do here in Frisco seamlessly. They just fit right in. And we take their uniqueness that they bring to those campuses, and it just enriches that experience for every kid. I know that was the case for my two kids. They had a diverse group of students that they were friends with, that they interacted with in classes, and that they participated in events with. That helped to form them into a much better human being, I feel, because they had those opportunities to interact with the diversity that is found within our district.
And to Albert's point, I mean, there were times where we were growing over 3,000 students a year. And so our district, our teachers, our administrators are used to taking in new kids into our district.
They sure are.
Y'all have touched on this a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead in my questions. But how does the district approach well-rounded student development?
Well, if they don't feel safe and ready to learn, then all of the instruction, the teaching, the lesson plans that teachers have in place will never take place. So what we focus on, and I'll give you an example at the elementary level, since we're talking about elementaries quite a bit. Our elementaries start off the day with classroom meetings. They bring in their students. They sit down in the middle of the classroom. It's the coolest thing you've ever seen. The kids are all sitting down. They know the routine. They usually have a kind of a cool carpet area with different spots on them. They know their spot very well at the elementary level, and the teacher's walking them through, with help from the counselor side of it, with lessons through, kind of setting the tone and getting their mindset ready to go for the day to learn. And some of that's just talking about what they did last night, or talking about their dog at home, or talking about their little brother that irritated them that morning. But it's those lessons that kind of start the day where you care about me as a person. The curriculum is rich in Frisco. Our teachers write the curriculum in Frisco. They're going to get, all of our students are going to get an awesome education. But those other foundational pieces that students have to have, the social emotional side, the safety side, that's all going to be addressed through interactions with our teachers and our counselors too. But just one example at the elementary level that really kind of drives that piece home.
We really do care about that whole student. That whole child model is evident if you walk into every campus. And that's the thing. It's not just one place that is special. The whole place is special. Every one of our 77 campuses have a unique vibe that makes them a little bit different from each other. But every single one of them has that focus and concentration on the character of those individual students. They care about what makes them tick, speaking of the name and need, but then also how do we get the very best out of them? We want them to be able to perform academically. We want them to have those good, positive relationships with other students while they're on campuses. We want them to be able to talk to an adult. All of those are driven by the staff that we have at each of our campuses and by those students and who they are with each other. I was talking to a principal the other day, and he brought up that it was going to be no problem for him to take in this relative of another kid that they have because they know that that student will definitely be cared for, that they will be able to build relationships with other students, and that they will have a great experience at that campus because not only the staff, but the other students and the character that they have and the compassion they have towards other people.
What can a parent expect when their student steps onto one of our campuses as a student for the first time in Frisco ISD?
Okay, so that process, when a student arrives on our campuses who's new, they're going to be met with adults first, who will greet them and will make sure that they feel that they understand what the expectations are from those students and the way that campus operates. They'll be the first person to introduce them to other students just like them, who can make them feel like they are gain that sense of belonging. They're going to really incorporate them into the opportunities that are available to that student, and whether that student's in a middle school setting and they have opportunities to participate in athletics or possibly in clubs and organizations, which are very diverse across a lot of our different campuses, or they might just help them just make those connections with other people that are in their classes from day to day. This is, again, not a new thing. It's going to be something that is second hat and second nature to our campuses, just because they have welcomed so many new students so often in the past to Frisco ISD on a yearly basis.
The main thing, and to Albert's point, is you want all of our students to be connected, to be involved. And that's what really our students do a good job, or our teachers do a good job of finding out what those students' interests are, and then really driving home is like, all right, let's get you over here with this group of kiddos here because you're going to thrive, or let's get you involved in athletics on this side, or let's get you involved in this club. Connectivity is the key for our kids, and that's kind of really our model we've been talking about. It lends itself for students to be involved on our campuses, and that's what we want.
What do you think makes Frisco ISD so unique from other districts?
Yeah, I think look at our track record. It's hard to talk about the organization for which you work and not feel like you're bragging a little bit, because obviously, you're proud of this organization. We're proud of it, and to say that though without proof would be foolish. So if you look at our track record, and you could look up any historical data where it comes to academics, where it comes to our fine arts competitions, where it comes to our athletic competitions, our academic competitions as well. We are very, very successful in really everything we do in Frisco ISD. And that's a testament to our teachers, to our principals, to our staff that's here, but it's also a testament to our outstanding students and then our support from our community and our parents. We just don't take these kids and just do wonders with them. They come from a great, solid foundation, and they support us immensely. If I were looking around the state, and we hear this even from people that are coming in from out of state, we chose Frisco ISD because of the information we found upon, when we started searching districts and accolades that different districts have gotten and where we want our student. We chose Frisco for those reasons. So I would say do your homework and look what Frisco has done. And then I'll say this too, and then I'll let Albert talk. Talk to people. Talk to people that are within Frisco that have kids in Frisco. Word of mouth is the greatest way to find out what we're about in Frisco. So talk to those parents. If you know anybody, to reach out to them. We can connect you with people to have a conversation with them as what has Frisco ISD done for them and for their students and for their family. I think you'll get a lot of positive feedback there as well.
I really want to touch back on what you said. We have great families. We have great students. We have a dynamic, diverse student base. They are so good. Our kids come to us ready to learn. They come with their own challenges that all kids face, but they are just a wonderful group to be around. They are just completely astounding. Every time I think about the classes that I've taught, the kids that I've interacted with as an administrator, just my years within the district, I always am astounded by the number of students that are there that just inspire me because of the things that they want to do, the volunteerism that they do, the people that they want to help the things that they're interested in and the passions that they want to pursue. Our kids are just fantastic. We also, as a district, I think we embrace challenges that require change. We have had an experience just so much change over the last 20 years that I've been in this district. And we take it and we just make it a strength. Each and every obstacle that gets put in our path, we become stronger at the end of that problem-solving process that we've had to tackle and utilize in order to overcome it and become better. So I really think that as our community continues to change, as education continues to change, we're right there on the front end of challenges that come with it, and then how to turn those challenges into strengths for us as a district. And then the last thing is that, we really, within this district, have a willingness to embrace people from every walk of life and everywhere. We have so many opportunities within the city of Frisco and within the district for individual students to participate in so many different things and experience just so many possibilities as far as the types of people that they'll meet, the opportunities to participate in volunteer things, and being able to expose them to athletic opportunities of all types. It's just a wonderful place to be. It's a wonderful district that I have never regretted being part of.
Yeah, I know, when I was back in school, there were not the opportunities available to me that I'm watching our students and my kids who are in Frisco ISD. Those weren't there, and seeing the opportunities that they have available to them, whether it's playing soccer in, a professional facility, or being able to work with individuals in a profession that they have an interest in, or, just for career day, and getting to explore the different types of cultures at cultural night at our elementary campuses. Those weren't really something that we had growing up. So those are great opportunities that I think really are a testament to what our kids have available to them in Frisco ISD. So
I will tell you this one additional point. I am also over clubs and organizations in Frisco ISD. I did have a club application that came to me last year. I really questioned, what does this kid know about this topic? There's no way. I don't understand why they would want to form a club over something they have no expertise in. Well, later that year, in about March, I see a news story about that student, and he has developed this new technology to assist other people. It was something that they are utilizing to help others. And it was because of that club that I approved begrudgingly. It was just so crazy. That's the kind of kids we have. They don't ever hesitate to astound me in their potential and what they can do, and in their willingness to put themselves out there and try things that they just have no business knowing anything about, but they've researched and they've utilized their own technology in order to find more information about.
yeah, it really is fun to watch what our students are able to do and are capable of doing at such young ages too.
Absolutely.
So with all of this great information that we've given parents now, let's talk about the application process for Access Frisco. What are the next steps if I'm a parent and I'm interested in applying my student to the Access Frisco program?
Absolutely. Well, priority access is open right now. It is something that they would want to go to our Frisco ISD website and pursue. If they go navigate to the Access Frisco page within the transfer website, they will be asked to complete an application. And this initial application gives us just first line information. That priority window lasts from now until January 10th. And that gives them the opportunity to enter a lottery. That lottery will take their priorities, which schools they have chosen, and match those up with all the different applicants that have applied. And then at the end of that, we'll either give them a tentative seat at that campus, or it will put them on a wait list for the campuses they have chosen. After that point, then what we're going to do is we're going to ask that they register. So they'll go through a pre-registration process that will be sent to them. They will then complete that. Will be sent as a result of that process. Will request information from their home campuses that they're currently at. We'll receive that information, and then we'll go through a screening process with that. At the end of all that, and that is a lot, I know, but we will then take those families and be able to tell them that they have a seat in one of our wonderful schools.
What is the criteria that you're using? We heard you're going to request information
Sure.
from their home campus. So what is the criteria you're going to use to determine acceptance into the program?
Absolutely. Available space is the first criteria. And then once we have that, then we're going to be looking at 3 different factors. We've got their behavior, their attendance. We'll be looking at third, their academic performance and overall past history in their academics. We're asking for 2 years of record, so we're looking not only at this year, but also the year before. And then lastly, if they make it through that process, we'll look at the available space within our special education programs. All of these programs hinge on whether or not we have the available staff at our campuses in order to provide that space for them. So that would be the last determining factor. And then from there, we'll then pass that application over, and they'll be receiving notification at that point.
All right. Well, I think we've had a lot of great information shared today. Is there anything else that maybe I didn't ask that you think would be important for a prospective family to consider?
One thing to be looking, as Albert was talking about our website, is on there as well will be some dates where our campuses are doing tours for parents. So please check out those dates. It starts in January. If you're interested in any of those, you're welcome to attend. Meet the principal, meet the admin team. There'll be some teachers up there as well. It won't be long. It'll be a short program, but it'll give you an opportunity to see kind of what it looks like inside one of our Frisco ISD schools.
Great point.
There's lots of information online. We have got some great pages that are being added to those Access Frisco campuses that will give you just a wealth of information. We also advocate that you go ahead and look at those campuses to determine when you're choosing not only the geography, but where your student would fit best.
All right. Well, thank you both so much. I appreciate your time today, and hopefully this gives our prospective parents a little glimpse inside the program. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.